G'day guys, how you going? Back in WA for 2016. At a new spot, a spot which I found last year, found one solitary nugget, so I came back and did some further investigation, and yesterday found a 1.3 ounce nugget. So I'm now chaining the area, but what I want to talk to you about now is the signal that I'm getting with this target here, and I call it the Z warble. Listen to this. It's like a wavering electronic signal. It's hard to articulate, but I call it the Z warble anyway. There's two things that I found in common with that sound is, number one, that it's metallic. Number two, that it means it's a solid target. So listen to that again. Now, I've been here for 4.5 months in WA this year, and I've got a lot of Z warble signals. And the reason why I want to point it out is because if it wasn't for that Z warble, I never would have picked up the target. Now, what I mean by that is I wasn't getting a classic high-pitched signal or a low inverted tone. The only indication to me that there was a target there was this noise. And as I said, I call it the Z warble. Now, you can simulate this sound by putting your detector near an aluminium can. If you just come to the edge of that can and you just start to pick up the signal, you'll get a very similar warble. So what I've been able to work out is, when you get this noise, it means the detector is close enough to detect that something is there, but not close enough to give it a well-defined signal like a high-pitched signal or an inverted signal. A couple of months ago, I dug up a 22.5 grammer, and the only indication that it was there, once again, was this noise. I wanted to illustrate to you guys what that signal is all about. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a big target. It does mean one of two things, that it's going to be metallic and it's going to be solid. So it might be a little tiny bloke, but it'll be chunky. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out what it is, and that's dig it. So let's find out. And when I dug out that 22.5 grammer, it wasn't until I went down 1.5 feet that I finally got the proper low inverted tone. So basically it was Z warble for the first foot and a bit. Let's listen to it now. Okay, so you can just now hear a high-pitched tone starting to kick in on top of that. Means we're getting closer, obviously, but it does normally always indicate as well, by default, that it's fairly deep. So it's a really important signal to listen out for, because when you get it, it's undeniable. In my experience this year, 99% of the time, it's always been gold. So there you go, it's already out, which just goes to show you that it wasn't a big target. Let's find it. There it is. So yeah, it's not going to be a big one, but as I said, if it wasn't for that signal, I wouldn't have even heard this nugget. I mean, I know this is a nugget. There's no doubt about it. There he is. And as I said, he's not a big one, but he is chunky. He is a very solid half grammer. There he is there. Very chunky little piece of gold. And 6 or 7 inches. And the only indication that it was there was that classic Z warble. So when you're using 7000, remember that noise.